This is my 1-year review of the Agri-Fab tow-behind liquid sprayer. You can spray liquid weed and feed, liquid fertilizer, liquid lime. Pretty much any type of liquid is going to run through this sprayer. It's going to keep your yard nice and green and keep the weeds out. Now you can find my initial review on my channel. When I first purchased this, I did the assembly, kind of did the initial review. Now that I've had it a year, I've probably used it 4 or 5 times. And I'm going to show you some of the pros and cons I've discovered. And by the end of the video, you should be able to decide if this is the liquid sprayer for you. Now, one thing that doesn't properly work right is the on-off switch. You basically just connect this to your tractor or ATV battery and hit the switch, it will start spraying. Hit the switch the other way, it will stop spraying. It works like 50-50. If you hit the on switch and it doesn't start spraying, I'll usually just tap it a little bit. It will start spraying just fine. And when I want to stop spraying, it's pretty much the same thing. Toggle it back over to off. Sometimes it shuts off, sometimes you gotta tap on this switch a little bit. Now, one part I've had to replace is this Y adapter. This came plastic and it broke right away. Went to the local hardware store, put in a brass one, haven't had a problem since. Now, in my initial review video, I commented about these plastic spray arms. I thought they were kind of cheap and cheesy, but after using this for a while, there's some low tree branches that I've actually caught on here, and it just bends this back a little bit. And I think if these were solid, they probably would have bent, or maybe if they were real hard plastic, probably broke off. Now, these being a little flexible is actually a good benefit. Now, one other thing that's a con that when I was assembling this, I thought was going to happen. You have bolts going through the tank, down through the frame, holding this on the frame. There's rubber grommets in there, and where those bolts go through, you do get a little bit of leakage. Now, when I first put it together, I assumed I would get leakage there. So to notice the leakage now, it doesn't really surprise me. But it's not like it's leaking teaspoons. It's just small drips when you have this filled up. No big deal, but it is an issue.